Welcome everybody. This is your weekly blurb. I'm a little bit late with sending it out this week. I had a bit of a cold and life got a little bit busy. But so this coming week in the somatic meditation, we will be working on the tip of the scapula, which is just right at the very tip of your rib cage. And so the next point will be your lumbar spine. And so the lumbar, for me particularly, I even remember my mother always having issues whenever she was feeling super stressed with her low back. And so I thought this would be a really good one to focus on this week. And the next one would be your ankles. And so ankles, lumbar and shoulder blades, rib cage are all boundary related. And so I thought this would be a really, really good subject to talk about in regards to learning how to be protective of one's own center, which is kind of the core of this practice, is to learn how to come home to yourself. And so last week, I talked a little bit about trauma loops and emotional releases. So with the sensing practice comes a lot of release work. And so learning how to handle extreme emotions is something that's very alien to most of us. And so I really only have my own experience as a reference. And so what I've always found when things are coming up, it starts always with me feeling extremely tired. And so first I'm really tired and then quite often quite irritable. That irritability often turns to anger. Like that, those days when I'm feeling angry is I barely can stand being in my own skin. It's really, really unpleasant. But the beautiful thing after the anger and letting that through for however long it takes is typically a big cry or some sort of emotional release. And after that feeling of ease and peace and joy. And so I just kind of want you to be brave within yourself and kind of experiment opening that tap. I kind of refer to it as, if you turn a tap of water on and off. And learning how to be with all those uncomfortable feelings and not try to push them away. However, on the note of turning a tap on and off, when you do feel extremely overwhelmed and unsafe within your own body and your own mind, you can always default to your old patterns. For me, that would be just keeping busy, distracting myself, going back into a flight pattern and saying, okay, this is too much. And so this would be a term for titrating an experience. And titrating just means taking yourself up to the threshold where you feel you are comfortable or just uncomfortable, and going, okay, how am I feeling here? I'm not feeling comfortable, but can I handle this? And so one of the best guides that I had in learning how to handle discomfort was Dr. David Hawkins, and he released a book called Letting Go. And he step by step walks you through all of the different emotional states that we go through, and how to, instead of focusing on the thoughts that come with all of these intense emotion, focus in on the symptoms in your body. Can you handle the tight throat, the shortness of breath, that feeling in your stomach, the restlessness, the tightness in your back, whatever shape or form your physiology shows? Focus on that instead of the monkey brain and the crazy thoughts that come with the emotions. Don't buy into the thoughts. This is the worst thing you could possibly do, because when the itty bitty shitty committee comes out and all the negative self-talk comes up with all those emotions, this is not what you want to be listening to. So just kind of connect with the energy and the physical presence of these emotions, and just kind of be with them. And just trust that they will run out. Even just recently, I had a couple of weeks of extreme anxiety. And for me, it was a reference to a particular anniversary date of some really serious shit happening in my life. And it seems to that always on those anniversary dates, I'm reliving that trauma and I relive those crazy emotions. And so kind of take note and see, hey, wow, was there anything in particular that happened this time last year or a number of years back that you're reliving? Because often I find that is something where we just haven't closed a loop. And it's not even just the anniversary dates, it's all of our ancestral trauma and all of the things our parents and our grandparents have been carrying for forever and ever. And so we have a big job to do to let all that stuff through. And so knowing when to be with an emotion, when to turn off your brain and just focus on your body, when to distract yourself and going, this is too much. I've handled a little bit of it and that's very brave and that's good enough. You don't have to handle and do all of that all at once. I have a bit of a habit of flooding myself and getting like really, once I'm like, yeah, bring it on, give me more of that. And then I'm like, whoa, really overwhelmed with all that's coming through. So knowing that you have a choice, you always have a choice to say, okay, I can do this or you can't. And that's perfectly fine. And also knowing when to hand things over. And handing things over, I mean, the very thing that created us, you can call it God, you can call it the universe, whatever that representative is in your life, and say, yo, I need some help with this. I need you to support me here. And knowing, okay, you can ask for support. And yeah, so I hope this little blurb was helpful to you. Be kind to yourself as always, and I look forward to see you in the sensing practice next week.